You ever wake up after a solid 8 hours of sleep, but you still feel like you're running on empty? Yeah. If you've looked in the mirror lately and just wondered, where did my energy go? Then this is for you. All right, let's get into it. You know, this quote really nails it, doesn't it? It's that feeling like you're wearing this heavy cloak of fatigue and you're just overwhelmed before the day even gets going. It's a feeling so many of us know. And man, we spend a lot of time and energy trying to figure out why. But here's a totally different idea, and it's the whole point of what we're talking about today. What if all that struggle, all that exhaustion, what if it wasn't a personal failure? What if it had absolutely nothing to do with how dedicated or how strong you are? Okay, let's talk about that cycle because I bet it sounds familiar. You jump on the new diet and it just leaves you feeling hungry and honestly pretty cranky. You try those powders that promise the world but deliver, well, not much. You're mainlining caffeine, right? Just trying to jolt your system into gear, only to crash even harder later. And every single time you crash, that little voice in your head gets a bit louder, doesn't it? It's the one that whispers, see, you're the one who can't get it together. You're failing. It's such an isolating thought, but here's the thing. It's also completely wrong. So here's the big pivot. You weren't failing. The system, the whole wellness rulebook you were handed, it was flawed from the very beginning. It was actually designed in a way that set you up to struggle. Let's break down exactly why. Okay, look at this. First, you've got these diets that are all about deprivation. When you severely restrict calories, your body basically thinks there's a famine happening, and it slams the brakes on your metabolism to save energy, which is the exact opposite of what you want. Then you've got the pills and powders, which are really just band-aids covering up a deeper issue. And the worst one, that just push through it mentality, which is like telling your body to just ignore its own warning signs. And this is the perfect way to describe it. You would never, ever expect your car to run without gas, right? Yet that's exactly what we're told to do with our bodies. It just doesn't work. Your exhaustion isn't a lack of discipline. It's a signal. It's your body waving a red flag, begging for some real support. So this brings us to the actual solution. It's a huge shift in how we think about this. Instead of fighting your body, the whole idea is to start listening to what it's telling you and supporting it from the ground up. We're talking at the cellular level. This chart just lays it out so clearly. On the left, that's the old way. Fighting, masking, forcing, demanding. Exhausting, right? And on the right, that's the shift. Working with your body, restoring the source of the problem, nourishing your cells, and creating natural energy. It's about ending the battle and starting a partnership. Okay, so how do we actually do this? How do we make this practical? Well, the source material points to two really simple but powerful ideas. Two allies, if you will, that are designed for this new way of thinking. So the first part is called MLS. Think of this as getting the foundation right. The whole goal is to gently support your gut health, to help create a calm, happy environment inside. You see, when your digestive system is working well, your body can actually absorb all the good stuff you give it, and that general feeling of just being off starts to go away. It's like tilling the soil before you plant the garden. And the second part is called LFT. So if MLS gets the foundation ready, LFT is the targeted nutrition that you build on top of it. It basically means delivering nutrient-rich fuel that your cells can use right away. This is where that idea of nourishing your cells really comes to life, and it translates into real, actual energy and that mental clarity we've been missing. So when you put these two things together, you support the gut, and then you feed the cells, what does that actually feel like? We're not talking about some crazy overnight miracle, but more of a gentle, quiet shift back to feeling like yourself again. The energy you start to feel isn't that frantic, jittery buzz you get from a bunch of coffee. No, it's described as this quiet, steady hum of energy from within. It's sustainable, it's natural, it's yours. And with that energy comes clearness of mind. That brain fog that makes even the simplest to-do list feel like climbing a mountain, it just starts to lift. You can actually think again without all that background static of being tired. And really, this is what it's all about. You finally stop fighting. You start working together. Wellness stops being this awful chore and starts becoming this intuitive process of just giving your body what it's been asking for all along. So let's bring it all home with the single most important thing to take away from all of this. I really want you to hear this. The problem was never, ever you. It was the broken, outdated tools you were given to work with. And that leaves us with this one last thought to chew on.
Just imagine, what could actually change if you stopped fighting a war against your own body and started building an alliance with it instead? What could be possible then?